Have you ever wondered why the signs from your pet in spirit felt so strong right after they passed? But now, maybe months or years later, they feel quieter? Have you ever worried? Do the signs stop? Did they move on? Did I imagine it all? Or is there an expiration date on the connection and hence the messages? Today, we're going to talk about something so many people, I think, quietly carry. Are signs from pets in spirit always obvious? And more importantly, what if the signs haven't stopped at all? What if they've simply evolved? When your pet first passes, you're on high alert. You're watching for feathers, butterflies, dreams, lights flickering, songs on the radio. You are scanning the environment. You're searching to see anything, just a sign of them. And sometimes in those early days, those signs can feel really strong and clear and undeniable. But then time passes. You begin healing a little. You start functioning in life again. You start moving forward, and life slowly reshapes itself. And somewhere along the way, you wonder, did the signs stop forever? Did they leave? Was that only temporary? I want to say this clearly. No, signs do not expire, but they do evolve. There's this unspoken fear that if we're not receiving obvious signs, constant signs, it must mean one of three things. They've left, they're no longer around, or we did something wrong. None of that's true, but it can make us feel that loss all over again. In the early stages of grief, your nervous system is wide open. You're raw, you're searching, you are desperate for reassurance. We're in that soul shock phase. And spirit often meets you where you are. And those early signs are often about one thing: I'm okay. I'm still here. You're not alone. It's stabilization, it's comfort, it's emotional first aid. But spirit doesn't keep repeating kindergarten lessons once you've moved on to graduate school. And as you stabilize, as your grief softens, as you begin to build your life again, the communication shifts. Not because it's gone, but because you've grown. You have to grow. Death is the way the soul grows forward. When the loss first happens, as I mentioned, your entire system is in shock. The physical bond has changed. Your routines are upside down and disrupted. Your identity feels completely shaken. Of course it would. Your everyday normal reality has just been torn apart. That actually creates a pathway for signs, symbols, and meaning to come forward. Signs often come in ways that feel dramatic: clear dream visitation, clear sensory impressions, really obvious synchronicity. I remember the day that Scooter passed. He was a little, sweet little Westie. I was putting the babies to bed that night. I reached down, and there he was, waiting his turn. So I picked him up without even thinking. And just as soon as I picked him up and put him near my pillow, he vanished right out of my hands. But I tell you what, he was clear as day. Now that I think about it, I had really, really struggled with knowing when it was time to help him pass. And part of me felt it had been too soon. I feel he was letting me know that he was just fine. Better than ever, in fact. It was such a comfort. So during this time, the signs can feel louder because, let's face it, we need louder reassurance. But as time passes, you're no longer in emergency mode. That inner flashing lights signaling a crisis turn off, and the heart sirens stop blaring as much. You're rebuilding, and that's a different phase. And rebuilding requires something different. It requires guidance. And guidance is often subtle. You have to really pay attention. And this is where people get confused. They expect the signs to keep showing up in the same way, but they don't understand that relationships mature. And when you were first grieving, like I said, the message was, I'm okay. Years later, the message might be brave, trust yourself, do the thing you want to do, move forward. That's an entirely different frequency. And it doesn't always show up as a spectacle, hardly so. It shows up as alignment, nudges, and inner knowing, as personality imprint. But I want to stop here and ask you a question. Why is it so difficult to believe that they're still with you, still loving you, still guiding you? Your love hasn't left the building, and that's what allows for the signs to shift. Let me give you an example of how this can look. A sudden thought that just feels like them, an inner phrase that comes up that makes you remember them, a wave of courage where you normally would shrink, a repeated life theme that mirrors what they taught you while they were alive, being drawn towards something new that aligns with the lessons they brought into your life. Hint, hint. Those soul messages from your pet continue on. It might be a song that comes on so many years later and just stops you in your tracks because you can feel them again and you weren't expecting it. That's the best. And sometimes even symbolic messages, like Katie's mirror message to me, where after 2 years of being gone, she randomly, well, nothing's random, popped up in a mirror message, one that clearly said, Hey, Mom, I'm with you as you move forward. And as it turned out, that message was a heads up. I had a new dog on the way and had no clue. It wasn't flashing lights. There wasn't a dramatic event that prompted that. It literally was reflected. It is metaphorical, aligned with where life was unfolding for me. So spirit often speaks through reflection, life alignment, symbolic layering. But you got to pay attention. If you're only scanning for something dramatic, oh my goodness, you're going to miss the quieter intelligence is so beautiful. And there are basically three main reasons why you do that. Expectation filters, for one. If you're looking for feathers and dreams all the time, you'll miss courage and clarity. And to be honest, that's the biggest block of all. You look for things to come in a particular way, only those on the approved list. You don't get to call the shots on how messages from spirit come through, I'm promising. I always say it is not spirit on demand, and in this case, it's not messages on demand either. No, the messages come because of your true connection, one that has no limitations, including time limits. The second way is emotional stabilization. When grief is quieter, signs don't need shout. They can whisper. That doesn't mean they're any less important or potent. I don't know about you. I'd take a whisper from them any day. Third, and this is really important, we assume spirit lives in the past. We think our pets are frozen in the moment that they died. They're not. We tend to freeze them there and relive that over and over. They're very present. They are aware. They are current with you in your life. They don't live in the moment that has passed. They never did when they were here. They live in the moment you are in now. And that means guidance evolves with you. So, in the beginning, the relationship feels like, I miss you. Then, are you still there? Then, I feel you differently now. And eventually, you're really guiding me on who I'm becoming. You're still with me. This is maturity. This is evolution. Your pet's not here to replay the past. They are here to walk with you into who you are becoming because of your relationship with them. And sometimes that guidance looks like confidence you didn't have before. I know that's happened with me from Katie. Boundaries you finally set, a new direction, deeper spiritual awareness that drops in. They don't stay stuck. They grow with you. So I want you to pause for a moment and ask your question. Who were you when your pet first passed? And who are you now? What have you survived? What have you learned? What strength has emerged in you? What has awakened? Now, ask yourself if your pet were guiding you today, they are. What would they be amplifying in you? Not in the past, now. Sometimes a sign isn't external. Sometimes it's in who you've become. And signs don't wear off. They deepen, they refine, they mature. So again, early signs will stabilize you. Later signs strengthen you. And the reason they feel subtler is, believe it or not, you're stronger. Your life has grown forward and evolved, and your pet spirit meets you exactly where you are, not where you were. So have the signs from your pet changed over time? Have you? If this conversation resonated with you, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Oh, and one more thing. I guarantee that if you found your way to this video, your pet totally guided you here. No question. And that's how it works because the relationship doesn't end, it transforms. And love never expires.